Hey guys, this is Haxelpik here, and today I'm going to be playing Magic 2013. I am a big Magic the Gathering fan. My dad's always been a fan of it, and he's played a lot of stuff, so he has a lot of old cards. And I started to buy the cards about a year ago in 2012, around the January-ish. Yeah, sometime around Christmas. So I'm just gonna do basically an intro to Magic and see how this goes. I guess I have already pretty much unlocked I've unlocked all the decks and stuff, so I'll just start and just redo the campaign and do the first guy and use one of the easier decks. I'm not sure which ones are unlocked at first. Probably one of these three. And I guess I'll play with the fire one. Hopefully I don't die, because that would be stupid. I don't think I will, though. Alright, play that. Okay, so what's happening here is you play land to play, see the health right here, or the mana. Wow, health. Mana is stuff you use to cast stuff, and the fire here is
in the fire.
The fire
Cast
is
stuff in the fire.
the fire is to what you need to play that card, because it has a fire on it, and that's the only it's really technically called a mountain. See, but see how it turns red in the game? That's when you know you can play it in the game. So what you do is you can play. See, this is a creature, and what creatures do is you can attack with them, and this is its attack power, and that's its health, right down here, in the bottom right. And then this is its ability, and then there's normally like a little story thing on every creature card. And this is its like sub thing, so it's a creature, but it's also a devil. This one's a creature, but it's also a human wizard. It's a creature, and that's a phoenix. So you get the picture. And on all of the cards, it has a common, uncommon, or a rare symbol. That's kind of nice how that happened out. And so yeah, let's see how this works. When you play a card, and with your mana, the mana turns in sideways, and that means it's tapped, and you don't untap until the very beginning of the next turn unless something tells you you can. So, oh yeah, this little timer thing, see, it starts upkeep, then you go to your main, and then you go to your combat phase, and then you go to another main phase, and then the end phase. I'll explain what that is. Upkeep, you draw a card, but before you draw a card, you do any effects that come into play, such as if something said at the beginning of your upkeep, draw an extra card. That means you would draw the extra card and then draw the card first. That is a bad example, but that's how it would pan out, and it doesn't really show the upkeep. It's just kind of there. See my mouse pointer? It's down here. You won't have that in a regular game. If you're in the video game, that's what they have. And then you go to your main phase, which you can play spells. All cards are called spells, except for land cards, which this is a land card because it's a mountain, and it's also called a mana. Mana is really only mana when it's tapped, but it doesn't really matter what you call it. This is an instant card. You can play it on your turn or on the other player's turn. And this is what it does. It does 3 damage to target creature or player. Now, the basic objective of the game is to get this guy's health here all the way to 0. And my health I want to keep as high as possible, or at least at 1, while his is at 0. So that's pretty basic, and I think that's most of the basics of Magic, but there's a lot more to it. There's a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, this little thing here, that means tap. So if you tap him, he can deal 1 damage to target creature or player. So he has 4 health, because he has basically like attack and then health. And this won't kill it, so I'm just gonna keep that. And I'm gonna play this guy because I can't play anything else, and you want to get as many creatures out there as possible normally. For this deck, definitely. So I can destroy an artifact, but he doesn't have any artifacts. I'll explain what those are later. Right now, well, if we do get an artifact. So we'll attack, and see, this is what happens when you attack. Basic combat. Your creature taps, and the other player has a choice to block with their creatures, unless they can't for some reason, which either they're tapped, or they're or they are defender, or they can only attack, or for some reason they can't block. So let's continue, and my guy isn't gonna do anything because he's a 2/1 and he's a 0/4, so he has 4 health, he has to attack, but he doesn't do any damage, so he stays alive, but he stays alive, and none of us take any damage. So this is how it works. Boom, you get damage for a turn, and then he goes to his main, or his upkeep, and then to his main. So once that happens, see how my guy is still tapped. When you're tapped during the other player's turn, you don't get to untap unless you have an instant or some ability that allows you to on their turn. So this is the only guy that can block, but he doesn't do any damage when he attacks, so it would be pointless. So let's continue. See, I'm making this video partly because I want other people to get into Magic, and partly because a bunch of my friends want to know how to play Magic, but I don't have the time to teach them all individually normally. So, yeah. This is a good card. I'm gonna play that because... Oh yeah, that's an artifact. Here, stop timer. That's an artifact. Red spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. See how it says artifact here, and it's also a rare. Cost 2 of any kind of mana. And this, they cost 1 of any kind of mana less to cast, but that's kind of can get confusing if you don't know what it does. See this this little 1 here, that is the any kind. You can't, that ability doesn't count for some specific like a mountain mana. So yeah.
Alright, I'll see you.
1 damage, story target artifact. No, I don't want to do either of those, and I can't do anything with that. So I can get in 1 damage on the player. Let's kill him. Well, oh yeah, he died. Nope, he just got 1 damage gone. He didn't really die. Dang it. Continue. And the video game's a little different because you don't see this little timer thing here. That timer thing is basically useless in regular play because you don't ever use that. There's no timers or anything unless you're in a formal tournament where there might be. That's a good card. See, I haven't played with this deck before. Let's play that guy because he'll be useful. Because flying, that's a good thing to just show. Flying creatures. When a creature has flying, only creatures with flying or reach can block them. When a creature has reach, it means that they can block creatures with flying, obviously, and when a creature has flying, only creatures with flying or reach can block them. That might sound a little confusing, but it's really, really simple. So this guy doesn't have flying, so he can't block me. So I'm just gonna, but he can attack. That's another important thing. When a creature comes out onto the battlefield, he has summoning sickness. See this little purple swirly thing? They don't have that in regular the regular card game, but when they come out for the first time, they have summoning sickness unless they have haste, which allows them to attack on the first turn they come out. I know this is a lot to take in just one video, but if you want to try it, this is pretty important stuff, and once you know it, it's really, really easy to play. It doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna win, but it's really easy to play. Let's do players, that guy, and does combat. I don't really want to attack, and phase. Now it's his turn. He does his thing. He doesn't play anything. This guy is super easy. He barely plays anything, but it takes a couple minutes to beat him sometimes. So he's a 3/3 fire. She's a 4/2. I don't know if they're he or she's. I have no idea. I just flying 4/2. I'm playing this one. See, summoning sickness. Now is my combat phase, which I can attack in. I'm gonna attack with that guy and charge his. Oh, I can't charge his ability yet. Can I do it now? Yeah. Or charge his ability. That gave him an extra attack, so it did one more damage. I'm using a remote, an Xbox remote for this game because I don't know, it's more fun. So that's why it has the X and Y buttons and stuff. When this person enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to. Okay. I never showed you what sorceries were, which I'm going to do now. Sorceries are basically like instances, only you can only play them on your turn. And that's all they are. This one does 4 damage to target creature and each creature he or she controls. So if I deal damage to this guy, then it does 4 damage to that guy too. That card's worded a little weird. Let's play this on creatures. Deal 3 damage to that guy, which means he dies. And play this little guy. Does he have haste? No, he doesn't. He just has a little pump ability. Okay, so let's attack with everybody. He's got his one little blocker, so he's gonna block that guy. I don't know. Oh yeah, because he now he's down to 8 health. So it looks like we might be almost done with this video. So yeah, I covered a lot of the basics, but there's still quite a bit more to learn. So I'll probably do another one, maybe. I don't know. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may put a charge counter on Sphinx Bone Wand. If you use Sphinx Bone Wand, deals damage equal to the number of charge counters on it to target creature or player. Okay, that's a mouthful. Let's continue. Hopefully I can kill him before that even matters. Probably can. Play this. Now I attack with everything. And yeah, that probably will be enough to kill him. Hopefully. Yep, that's enough. So he was defeated. Let me either... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, in the game you unlock a card every time you win a battle with a deck that has cards that still need to be unlocked. But yeah, go to campaign letter. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This has been Haxelpik signing off.